Harbaugh has been absent on the sideline the last 4 or 5 years because you can't have that number of leads and be that good of a coach and punt and be like, hey, I'm happy with punting to our defense. This is not, man, this is not Ed Reed. This is not my boy Ray Ray. Like, they are just a shadow of themselves. All those first round draft picks, 5 first rounders in the secondary, multiple other first round picks on the defensive line and linebackers. Like, I'm concerned about their whole defensive system, and not last night, but what I've seen the last several years. And I tried to look it up, but to me, around the same time that they departed with Wink Martindale, their defense is starting to change. And since then, like, what's their identity been? Like, what's it been? Okay, last year they got to the passer, but like, what's it been? Turnovers. Like, if I'm Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh, I'm so excited to get this version of the Baltimore defense because it's not a version that he's going to ever want to see. But they don't have an identity as a defense. And when you don't have an identity, that's going to dictate going forward more on fourth down, even if your quarterback is compromised, which they said Lamar was last night.
That man said a lot.
He said a mouthful. Good evening, family. What's up? How is everyone doing tonight? Hendo, how are you?
I'm still a little upset. I've been working through my pain. Just more, I would say more of the embarrassment of going into this season as the best team in the league, best constructed roster, MVP, all of these things, and then to come in and just lay down flat like that, especially on defense, it has me embarrassed.
Yeah, embarrassed is an understatement. I'm working through my feelings too. Family, hit that like button as you enter the building. Just, look, I know we had a therapy session, but we need another one because I'm still mad. Hey, everyone. I see all of you. Thank you all for joining. Make sure you do us a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Because the Baltimore Ravens, who are we right now? Hendo, who are we?
Bill Parcells said it best. You are what your record says you are. And right now we are 0-1. And to me, we are a team that I don't want to call us front runners, but there has been a narrative established about us over the John Harbaugh era. Mike Tomlin said it best. He said, listen, no matter what the Ravens do during the first 3 quarters, don't worry about it because they are so predictable. They're going to do the same things that they're going to let up on the gas and they're going to allow teams to come back and win. And he said this years ago, and the same is true. If you watch the articles, if you watch some of TV and Twitter, they tell you that John Harbaugh has blown 17 double-digit leads since 2008. That is a record. They first started counting this statistic in 1991. He started coaching in 2008. So you got this gap where he wasn't coaching. Then you have him coaching, and he leads this statistic by a mile. During the game, we became the first team. We made a lot of history on Sunday. We became the first team in NFL history to have 40 plus points, rush for 235 plus yards, and still lose the game. We became the first Ravens team to score 40 points in a game and lose. Like, there is another one I can't think of off the top of my head, but we as a team need to learn how to be up and stay up. Lamar says it like, hey, let's not stop. Let's keep going. John Harbaugh gets into this doldrum where he's like, we're up, run the ball, play good defense. And he said it during his press conference. And the press conference to me, and this is what I want you to talk about, because I started listening and I heard some of the same things that I've heard year in and year out, where he blames everybody but himself. He threw Lamar under the bus. He threw Kyle Hamilton under the bus, tried to call him stupid in a way. And it's this gentleman never has accountability on what he does wrong. And if you listen to the players, this is something that I do. I speak, you speak. We know guys that and ladies that talk about the Ravens and sports, but I listen to players. I listen to former players, especially Hall of Fame players. And when the Hall of Fame players say, listen, it starts from the top down. You have to look at the one constant, because with Ravens fans, I get so sick and tired of them saying it's only one game. It's only one game. It's not only one game. When we speak of certain things, it's a continuation of what's been going on for years. Let us not forget, this is the exact reason that there was a mutiny in 2012, because John Harbaugh wanted to keep doing things his way, and the players is like, nah, we not going to do it. So to me, something's got to change because we have too much talent. He said it, 5 first-round picks in the defensive backfield alone, a first-round pick at linebacker, a first-round pick at edge rushers, a bunch of second and third-round picks throughout this defense, and yet and still, we gave up the most points in week 1. The most points in week 1 with supposedly what everybody thought was the best defense in the NFL. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent.
No, that's fine. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Thanks for being here. We are just kind of, I know we need to start to try and turn the page to our next opponent, but I'm not ready to do that just yet. And right now, I'm still mad. And listening to John Harbaugh for the 30 seconds that I was able to stand it yesterday in the presser made me even more mad. Just like Hendo said, he's throwing his players under the bus. And who is he to question whether Kyle Hamilton went to Notre Dame or not? Like, wait a minute. Let's not talk about IQ. Let me stop. See?
Stupid is stupid.
Here we go. See, I'm trying to stay focused, right? I'm trying to keep it real. Trying to stay.
What's going on?
Brent, good to see you. Hope you're well. Do us a favor, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new, because
play the better game.
Be the voice for the Baltimore Ravens, not just Hendo and myself. I mean, all of the YouTube content creators are really out here saying this is a problem, not just us, but we really need to like unite, join forces together to say like, we as a fan base are not just those who are at the end of the bar and don't matter. No, we do matter, because we're tired of seeing this team ill-prepared for games. We're tired of seeing, there's a number one troll. Well, maybe not number one, because I think Suge came in first. So maybe number 2. We're tired of seeing our team that is supposed to be, like, on paper, one of the best rosters out there right now. And we just keep falling flat, can't get the job done, keep losing to teams and games that we should not have to lose. Hi, Mom. Thank you for being here. Thank you. But it's one of those things where I'm tired of it. I want to see change, because right now I feel like we're wasting time. And so my question to you, Hendo, and to everyone in the chat, are the Baltimore Ravens really wasting time? Obviously Lamar Jackson's time, but are we wasting valuable, precious time right now?
We've already wasted time. We wasted 7 years of Lamar Jackson. Well, 6 years. We didn't know exactly what we had in him in the first year. Like, we switched over to him with the fake Joe Flacco injury. Year 2, first time as a full-time starter, he wins MVP. Yet and still, here we are, and going into year 8, we're starting to see, we're still seeing some of the same issues. Offensive line issues, play calling issues, defense that we just stacked to the high heavens, not performing well. And to me, it starts with the coaching. Like, I said something yesterday, and I said, you know what? I have to give EDC credit. He built a great roster. This is on John Harbaugh. Part of this is on EDC when I look back at it. Both of those guys have wasted Lamar's career. EDC said, we don't have a good offensive line. We'll get there someday. How do you say that when you're blocking for an MVP-type quarterback? Then on top of that, defensively, he didn't build up this defensive line. The edge rushers that he drafted aren't panning out. And we saw in the game, we got 0 pressure on Josh Allen. We pressured him 3 times, sacked him once. That's unacceptable. Then you have to look at John Harbaugh, with whom he decides to name his defensive coordinator. We played cover 6, cover 0, prevent defense most of the second half, and John Harbaugh was talking about, well, we did everything that we could. We tried this, we tried that, we tried that. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You didn't. You let up on the gas in the first half with, what was it, like 15, 25 seconds left to get the ball, go down the field and get a field goal. Everybody knows, even the most basic of fans know, when you don't have any timeouts and you're driving down the field, you protect the boundaries. You protect the boundaries and have them go in the middle of the field. But for some reason, this second-year defensive coordinator, who I thought myself was going to be a lot better, decides, you know what, we're going to play soft. Then when the Bills started coming back, we're going to play soft. Why do you keep playing prevent defense up 15 points with 5 minutes left? Once you start seeing them drive, now we have to change. But the issue is, we have a head man that doesn't know anything about in-game adjustments. He never has. People can say what they want about John Harbaugh, but once we lose with our starting game plan, we never recover, because he can never go to his assistant coaches and say, hey, we need to try this, we need to do this, stop this. He lets his people coach, and we end up losing. There is no way that we should be up. Y'all, those of y'all who were there when we started streaming, 5 minutes left. I'm like, yo, ain't no way we're gonna lose. I'm real confident. And people was like, calm down, Hendo. This is John Harbaugh. And I'm like, nah, this is new. We got something different going on here. Then when they scored that first touchdown within like 30 seconds, I said, you know what? Let me shut up. Because old habits are rearing their ugly head.
Oh man. I'm telling you, like, what's bothering me is I want this so bad for Lamar. Obviously, as a fan, I want this for myself, which is really selfish, but it's whatever. But I want this for Lamar. And we just keep fumbling the bag when it comes to him. We just drop the ball every single time.
Right.
How in the world do you put up 40 points and still lose? Come on, give me a break. And then I saw a tweet today, and I'm not going to, say who, but the tweet said that this O-line for the Ravens was solid as, a brick wall. And they did so good that Lamar Jackson earned a 144.4 passer rating. It took everything I could to not respond to that particular comment. And I pride myself, I'm very proud of myself for being quiet.
Right.
But tell me, ladies and gentlemen, how did our offensive line do? You saw those viral clips of Daniel Falele out there just looking like he didn't know what he would. What's my assignment again? Coach, what I'm supposed to do out here? Nobody around. Clueless. But yet, our offensive line was a brick wall. And that is the reason that Lamar Jackson had such a high passer rating.
Yeah, listen, we've said this for years. Lamar makes this offensive line, even Ronnie Stanley. Lamar makes those guys look a lot better than they really are. If you watch that game, if you even just watch the clips of what's going on, because it wasn't even just Daniel Falele. No. It was Roger Rosengarten and it was Andrew Voorhees. They played every time Lamar dropped back. He had somebody in his face and had to make a miraculous play just to escape. For us to constantly make excuses for this team and try to pump certain things up that really aren't true. Like I heard somebody today talking about, well, if we get rid of John Harbaugh, who we going to get? Name him right now. I didn't respond because I was like, I can name you 3 coaches, but I'm not going to say anything because I already see your ignorance. We seem to be the only team in the NFL that says we can't get rid of our head coach because all of the head coaches are now gone. There is a vacancy in head coaches in the NFL. Nobody else can be hired. Who can't win with Lamar Jackson? Bobby Petrino did. John Harbaugh is right now. We're winning in spite of what he does. So you tell me. So when people tell me we can't get rid of him, what are we going to do about a head coach? The Eagles went to 3 Super Bowls with 2 different head coaches.
That's it.
In a 6-year span.
That's it.
But when they let go of a Hall of Famer, Andy Reid, everybody was like, what are you going to do? How are we going to do this? You do it by doing your homework and hiring great head coaches, hiring innovators, hire somebody that's going to get the best out of it. We've seen Lamar do some amazing things, but imagine him with a Kyle Shanahan, a Sean McVay. Imagine him with these guys that will draw up schemes and bring in players, because I don't hear Sean McVay, nor do I hear any of these other offensive gurus talking about, well, if you want your stats, don't come to Baltimore. If you want to demand the ball, don't come to Baltimore. They're saying, no, come here. We're going to find ways. We're going to find ways to get you the ball and we're going to score. And once we bring this defense up to where the offense is, we're going to vie for championships. We've had all this talent. We've had the best roster in the league in 2023. We had the best roster in the league in 2019. Haven't sniffed a Super Bowl. But yet and still, we're going to continue doing the same things over and over again with the same guy. Now, once you start to see this ain't changing, like he gets soft. It's like he gets scared and it's like, we're winning, but I don't want to press my luck and score too many points because that might not be a good thing for me. And then we end up losing games. He's the only head coach in the NFL that constantly goes out like that, but yet gets defended like he's the man. When I saw a meme saying he's the Doc Rivers of the NFL, it is 100% true. You have won championship, but have done nothing else with the collection of talent that anybody else would have won with.
Facts. And I see you, RG. Thanks for being here. He said, everyone keeps talking about the offense, but what about the defense? That's a major problem. Listen, Black Ice said it a little while ago. What about our pass rush? Okay, why are we not going to address that issue? Today we signed, I don't even know, what's his name, Cornelius, whatever his name is. We signed a wide receiver, and I'm like thinking to myself, we don't need help, and we don't need help in pass rush. We don't need Jadeveon Clowney, somebody. So absolutely right. Our defense let us down big time, big time. And what's annoying and most irritating is some way, somehow, why, mainstream media is going to find some way to pin this on Lamar. This loss, Lamar Jackson just can't get it done against certain teams. Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. He struggles against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I see you, Maverick and Suge. Both of y'all are in here. Don't worry. We got your card. Don't worry this year. We'll take care of business. But certain teams, Lamar Jackson can't get it done. Well, I want to counter that and say, well, certain teams, John Harbaugh can't get it done. So
listen. And for those people coming at Lamar Jackson, because the reason that they said, or one of the reasons that they said that they didn't run Lamar on that third down was because he was cramping. Right. And a lot of people wanted to take that narrative and run with it. But what I don't think a lot of people realize is the reason that Lamar was cramping because he was getting helmets to his leg because his offensive line wasn't blocking. It wasn't because he wasn't hydrated. It was because he was getting hit in the thighs. That's why he was cramping. But you decide that I want to run an option jet sweep to my wide receiver that I've already run 3 times prior in the game that didn't really make too many yards. This is the option we're going to go to. But you're going to, as a head coach, instead of saying, you know what, we could have drew up a better play, we could have did something a little different, you're going to say, oh no, it was a design run. Lamar knew that. He just decided to give it to Zay. Like, what kind of head coach and what kind of leader of men does things like that? This is why when we talk about the Detroit Lions head coach, he will, even if it's not his fault, he will step up and say, you know what, this loss is on me. Don't talk to my players. Look at me. John Harbaugh will never do anything like that. Then says, well, we could have had Derrick Henry in there, but, he's got to get a breather sometime. Well, you gave him breathers. You gave him breathers and brought in Justice Hill, and he fumbled. And then they want to blame Derrick Henry for his fumble. But what they don't realize is as soon as Derrick Henry turned to run the ball, the defender was in his face because the lineman wasn't blocking. So the offense, to me, it's a mystery how you can put up 40 points in an NFL game and get scrutinized. But a defense can give up 41 points, not have a turnover, not commit a turnover, and yet still keep getting passes with 5 first-round picks in the defensive backfield. A middle linebacker who's a first-round pick, who was a top 10 pick, a pass rusher who went to Penn State. He went to Penn State. Never mind. He went to Penn State. No. I'm sorry. He went to Penn State.
No. And for all of you who know that, listen, I am been one of the biggest Odafe Owe fans. I'm starting to question. There's some chink in my armor right now. I'm starting to question, is he it? Is he that guy? And I don't know. I mean, I was so gleeful, so excited. He had a great season last year. 10 sacks, that's great. But wait a minute, where was Odafe this last game? He did about as much as Ojabo did on the practice squad. That's where Ojabo should have been. I don't know how he made the team, but you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going with this. He didn't do anything.
Thanks.
And with that, we have our first super chat coming through from El Skeletor Gore, $4.99 donation. Thank you for the support. This is their norm. We will add someone near the end of the season for the pass rush. Oh, injured, unavailable. Listen, I appreciate the comical value because I need it. Thank you for making me laugh.
But it's true, though.
I appreciate it, but it's true. It's funny. That's the sad thing. El Skeletor Gore, we don't have time to waste. We're talking about let's get into the playoffs. Look at our schedule. It's not getting any easier. Yeah. And you talk about losing games early on. You better hope and pray we make it to the postseason.
Right.
We have a lot of tough games. Yeah. So we can't afford to wait until near the end of the season to add pass rush.
I just need people to think how absolutely ridiculous of a notion and concept that this is. First round safety, first round corner, first round corner, first round linebacker, third round linebacker, fourth round linebacker, fifth round linebacker, first
You
round
still
linebacker,
can't get the job done with
first
all of
round edge
that.
rusher,
We
third round D tackle, third round D tackle. But we talk about we need to bring in somebody else on defense. No, we need to bring in a new defensive coordinator that actually knows how to coach and actually knows how to deal with pressure situations. Even in the clip that came when we first came in, Wink Martindale, with all of his flaws, he had the one thing that I think that a lot of these Ravens defenders talk about now is they want teams to fear us. I don't know why they want teams to fear us, because you don't play anywhere close to being feared, but yet and still we have just so much talent. And a lot of times talent does not always win you games. Talent does not always win you championships. A lot of times it falls on the coaches. And yes, you have to go out there and play the game. Coaches don't fumble. Coaches don't penalize. But when you practice certain things and you allow certain things to go by, because in John Harbaugh's 18-year career, we've always been undisciplined. Those wide receivers jumping off sides. How does that happen? Just guys not being where they're supposed to be. You should have rectified this stuff in practice. And a lot of this starts with the head coach, and some head coaches delegate authority to their assistant head coaches who don't know exactly what they're doing or not comfortable. My thing is, if I'm the CEO of a job and I hire you, Yolanda, to be my right-hand woman, if I have to bring in 2 more people to help you do your job, you're not the person that I need to help me run my company with. But yet and still, John Harbaugh does things like this, where he brings in somebody that needs help, and the help that he brings in doesn't make them any better. So what are we doing this for? Everything we're doing is on a loop. It's like we keep having these same live streams, these same conversations year in and year out about the struggles that we're having on the same side of the ball, which we allocate everything to. Now, if we go into Cleveland this week and lose, which a lot of us might be like, oh, you crazy, Hendo, there's no way we can lose to the Cleveland Browns. How about last year? I know y'all said the same thing last year or a couple of years ago. We tend to drop games because we play to the level of our competition because of the level of our head coach.
Speaking of the Browns, make sure that you come by either Friday or Saturday night. Hendo and I have a very special guest to preview the matchup against the Browns. You all know him. He is out here ruling the YouTube streets, but for the Browns. But make sure you come by. Make sure you come by either Friday or Saturday night. We're still in the works of trying to, get the logistics worked out with his schedule. So, and ours as well. But it's going to be a great show. It's going to be fun. He's really good, very passionate about his Browns, but you all know him. You'll see him. You'll know him when you see him.
Good dude. I follow his journey from a long time ago. But Flex Zone Podcast. Make sure y'all go like and subscribe. I'm so glad you're here, because I've been thinking about y'all ever since the game. How's that offensive line working? Since you told me several times we're good. And I know it's just one game, but this is a recurring issue where we have a guard that doesn't know exactly what he's doing. I thought we were watching that ballerina movie where the Black Swan or whatever, because he was out there. He comes, he looks, and he just pirouettes and does his thing. And he's a starting NFL guard looking to get paid this offseason. But I jest.
Yeah. And no, Suge, it's not Matt Thomas. RG always not good. Look.
No, it's not Matt Thomas. I was going to tell her that.
No. Hey, Tanja, thanks for being here. No, it's not Matt Thomas. It's someone else, but he is really good, has excellent points, really understands the game. And, he's going to come out and preview the show preview the game with us. So you don't want to miss it. It's probably going to be Friday night. But make sure your post notifications are turned on. And do us a favor. If you're enjoying the stream, which we hope you are, hit the like button. And if you're not, don't worry about it. It's okay. Come back, hit the subscribe button. Come back, watch another video, another live stream. I promise you'll have a good time. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do, just hit a button. Now, going back to RG, he said that Oweh wasn't good. Well, listen.
No, we're moving on. We're talking about this. Listen, and listen. I am so glad. Nobody cares about Oweh. I am so glad that the national media, even the Purple Patrol, even a lot of those guys are starting to say, you know what? Maybe we do have a problem. And this is something that myself, Jose Brodney, Coach, we've been saying this for years. And everybody's like, you're so negative. No, we see certain things. When we see a pattern, because we don't look at things in a vacuum. We look at things in totality. I've been a Ravens fan since they got here. And Yolanda will tell you, I may not be the smartest man, but I know the history of my team, and I know what I see, and I know when I see reoccurring patterns, and I know when I see the same thing happening over and over again. If you can't tell me that you're not frustrated about having one of the best rosters in the NFL year in and year out and losing in the playoffs because we decide to run during the regular season, but not decide to run during the postseason, if that doesn't frustrate you, you have a problem. And if you want to make excuses for this team, cool, I'm with that. That's how you feel. But for me, I love living in the truth. I love watching my eyes, knowing what I see, and discerning what's going on from what I want to happen. And if people don't want to watch me and people don't want to come like and subscribe, that's cool, because I'm going to keep speaking my truth. And the truth is, we told y'all this has been going on for forever. And it's not going to stop as long as John Harbaugh is the head coach. Not to say he's not a good man. He may be. I don't know. I'm sitting at the end of the bar right now. He's not talking to me. So there's that.
Goodness. Yeah. I mean, the problem I have now is, what can we do about it? We have John Harbaugh. He's not going anywhere unless he chooses to go somewhere, because clearly the front office, the higher ups, are not going to part ways, fire, whatever word you want to call it. They're not going to do it, because if they were, they would have done it before now. So we have him. What is the way that we can actually win with John Harbaugh, in spite of John Harbaugh? Hey there, Justin. Thanks for being here.
How can we win? Listen.
And I mean, that's it. How do we win?
How do we win? You bring somebody else in. I need for anybody, if you're a football fan, if you're a student of the history of football, I need for anybody to tell me, when has a Super Bowl winning head coach in 103-4 years of the NFL, when has a Super Bowl winning head coach needed a special teams head coach to come in and help him with clock management? When has that ever happened? It only happened with John Harbaugh. They didn't go through with it because Jerry Rossberg turned the job down. He didn't want to come back to the team. But when has a Super Bowl winning head coach needed help from a special teams coach to be able to manage a clock?
Who's supposed to be a special teams guru?
Who's supposed to be a special teams guru? Whose special teams isn't special ever since Jerry Rossberg left?
Listen, Slicer, I see you. Oway is a non-factor 99% of his reps. That's bad. That's terrible.
I mean, listen, the shirt says it all. The shirt says it all. This is horrible. This situation that we're in right now is horrible. It's one game, but it feels like this has been going on forever. And I think that's why a lot of people are really upset, because we've seen this before. We've seen this time and time again. Yeah. You said it the other day when we were streaming. What about the Dolphins game? Like, no matter who the personnel is, no matter who the guys on the field are, we have the same issues. There's only one constant in this room. If I'm Eric DeCosta, I am losing my mind because I can't fire him. Yeah. Eric DeCosta is one of the few, maybe the only general manager in the NFL that cannot fire his head coach. So he's stuck with this man. He's stuck with him. So we have to win. And if we win a Super Bowl, it will be in spite of John Harbaugh. And it will be the first time in NFL history that a quarterback coach combo, after the first 5 years, has won a Super Bowl together. And I have all the confidence that Lamar can be the man to do it. I don't have any confidence in John Harbaugh, because he's shown me, unless the team revolts against his word and what he wants done, it ain't happening. Because after that revolt, when have we won a Super Bowl? When have we been back to a Super Bowl? When have we really technically, truly been close to a Super Bowl outside of 2023?
Yeah. And
because he's a team guy.
Sunday night in future was so bright for us, but we're going to rally together. And yes, Ty Lewis, you got it right. That's who our guest is. None other than Quincy Carrier. That's the one. So yes. Oh, we have yet another super chat. Thank you from the Nigerian Nightmare. Thank you for the $2 donation. He said, yes, hit the like button. Get those likes up. Yes. Wherever you are watching, my channel, Hendo's channel, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Listen, we're just here. I know. Oh, he's just talking. Maverick, look, pause. Maverick just super pause. But he's not gonna have anything to say. He's gonna be like super quiet.
Hey, I can't take any. I can't take nothing away from him. His quarterback went out through 4 touchdowns. Defense did just enough. I mean, it was the Jets. Yeah. It was the Baltimore Ravens North. Yeah. But you won. You're tied for first place in the AFC North. Can't say nothing about it for now. But trust me, when he leaves,
your day is coming.
I'll be talking again.
His day. Okay. Yeah, exactly. But look, we got to figure out what our next steps are going to be. And I know we need, like I said earlier in the stream, we do need to start to turn the page.
Today.
And well, I'm not going to make any promises. It might be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow for me because I'm really upset.
Right.
But we do need to start to turn the page and focus on the Browns because the Browns, you know who they have. One of the best pass rushers in the league.
The best pass rusher in the league.
I mean, I put him up there at least number 1, 2, somewhere around there. So what's our answer for him? Myles Garrett's been a thorn in our flesh for years. Just got paid this offseason. He's not going anywhere.
Facts.
What's our answer? So these are things we need to think about. We couldn't get it done. Yeah, Myles will be a problem. Myles has always been a problem. Myles is a headache. And I hear, this is like, oh, Flacco's out here going to get revenge. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Right.
He's not. But at any rate, we do have another super chat coming through from Cold Rain 34 Leo for the $10 donation. Thank you. Do you think Lamar and John have a difference in philosophy? Lamar likes to score every time he has the ball. Yes. John wants to play safe and run the clock down. I don't think Ravens fans understand. Great question. Something to ponder. If there is a differing of philosophy, mindset between head coach and quarterback, that's a problem. But what I see more, Cold Rain, is I see a head coach that really doesn't trust his quarterback. I know what he says. I know when he can come on the camera and behind the podium and at his pressers, he can say, we fully trust Lamar. Lamar's our guy, and we wouldn't have any other quarterback in the league. We'd take Lamar every day. But to me, he seems to undermine that every time he tries to undercut Lamar Jackson's IQ and his ability to really get out there, read the defense, understand the play even before it begins, know how to change up a play. We said we were going to give, Lamar Jackson the keys and allow him to audible. And how much of that are we doing? So I think it's a difference of a philosophy, yes, but I think it's the two of them. I don't think he trusts Lamar as he says he does. Hendo?
It's the most definite difference in philosophy. If you look at the game sometimes, especially on 4th and 1s, 4th and 2s, you see Lamar standing on the field like waiting for a play. And he's like, what? Come off the field? Okay, John Harbaugh wants to play it safe. He said it himself. I'm going to trust my defense. This team has been foundationally built on a run game and defense. This is why no matter who we have as the offensive coordinator, we're going to run the same schemes. We're going to run the same plays because that's what John likes. Run the ball, kick a field goal, play great defense. Lamar wants to score because he's seen this happen enough times. Lamar's played for this man long enough to know these aren't enough points because he's going to get conservative. The defensive coordinator is going to get conservative, and we're going to let teams back into the game. We've done this year in and year out. We did it we almost started last season 0-3. We did it against the Cowboys. We went up big on the Cowboys, and in the fourth quarter, just like in this game, Dak Prescott threw for 221 yards, and they came back. Luckily, we won that game. This time, Josh Allen threw for 251. Not for the game, the fourth quarter. And it befuddles me how a lot of people keep saying, but they held him to 143 the first 3 quarters. We don't play 3 quarters of a game. That's not what we do. We play 4 quarters. And the thing that the Ravens have a problem with is closing out games. We have a problem. We have, what was that stat? The stat said quarters 1, 2, and 3, the Ravens scored the most points in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But in the fourth quarter, they scored the least. I wonder why that is. And it's not because teams all of a sudden decide that they're going to stop us. It's because we have a head coach that decides, you know what? This is enough amount of points. Let's try to run the clock out. Even though my clock management is the worst, let's try to run the clock out, play good defense. And when teams start to come back, he stands on the sidelines with that lost look. Like, it's amazing how I should make a montage of every Ravens loss, how he's just standing on the sideline with his mouth open, looking like Dave Chappelle. It's crazy. So yes, there is a difference in philosophy, and Lamar deserves better. And some people now are starting to say, I hope Lamar leaves this team so he can find somebody that values him as a quarterback. It would be heartbreaking, but I wouldn't be mad if he found himself a head coach that decided you are my priority. I'm gonna get an offensive line, I'm gonna get you wide receivers, I'm gonna get you running back, I'm gonna get you whatever the hell you need, and we're gonna go from there. I wouldn't be mad at that because Lamar deserves, not just for his play, because the person that he is, he deserves to win a Super Bowl because he's out there giving his all. Has he made mistakes? He sure has. But has he made up for those mistakes? He tries to, but coaching has not allowed that to happen, along with some other players, namely Mark Andrews, whose revenge game ended with what, one catch,
barely,
5 yards,
barely that. Yeah.
All I heard, revenge game. He's going to show Buffalo who he really is.
Wow. Well, we do have a couple more super chats coming through. We're going to get to those. We wanted to let you all know, come by Friday or Saturday, most likely Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss the preview of the Browns game with none other than Quincy Carrier. Yes, you're going to enjoy it. El Skeletor Gore with a $20 donation. Thank you very much for the support. We really do appreciate it. It means a lot. He says, we need to make a short documentary about all the Harbaugh situations, as well as every dumb choice. Yes. The number 1 seeds wasted. Yes, indeed. Rookie contracts wasted. Yes, indeed. Not getting DH and D-Hop. Yeah, at a few years earlier and letting Zeitler go. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I kind of have a video close to that. One of the videos I did was have the Ravens let down Lamar Jackson, and it goes over each and every year the decisions that they've made versus the decisions that they should have made. And yes, 2 seasons ago, they should have gotten Derrick Henry, but of course, Tennessee didn't want to let Derrick Henry go, even though they were going on to a losing season, knowing that they weren't going to resign him. I'll say this till I die. A team will trade damn near any player for the right price. You're telling me with less than a half a season left, a guy you know that you are not going to resign, who in your eyes isn't the same player that he was, if you offered them a second-round pick, wasn't going to trade Derrick Henry, we just weren't giving up a second-round pick. And a lot of y'all were like, give up a second-round pick for Derrick Henry. Why would we do that? That's stupid. But we can give up a second-round pick for Roquan Smith and then give him $100 million. And all we're getting out of him is good speeches. I can give a great speech. I can give a great speech and miss tackles. Give me give me $10 million. I'll do all of these things for you.
You'll do a hype speech for him before the game.
I guarantee you it'll be the hype speech you ever heard in your damn life.
We do have a super sticker from Ty Lewis, $5. Thank you. Your support means so much to us. If you have any questions for us that you'd like us to answer really quickly before we get out of here, we're gonna. Yeah, I can see. I know. I saw that earlier, and I was like, Heather. Hey, Heather, thanks for being here. If you have any other questions for us that you'd like us to answer really quickly, drop your questions in the chat and let us know. Let us know how you're thinking, what you're thinking, how you're feeling a couple of days after this disaster of a loss that we had to witness, but we're going to get it together. We have to. Hey there, Pod by Urban Closing. Nah, you're right on time. And if you're just now tuning in, please make sure that you hit the like button for us. Hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. Turn on your post notifications. You don't want to miss the content that we have coming your way. I see Nightmare Kilo does have a question for us. Hey there, Antonio.
Hold on. Oh, you mean this?
No.
Well, listen, with this one, the Super Bowl, 28-6 at halftime. We almost lost the Super Bowl because we got conservative. And also Ray Rice decided that the second half of the Super Bowl was when his downfall was starting. That those two things happened. But yeah, he got conservative. We let them come right back. They ran the ball down our throats. If Greg Roman were not the offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers, San Francisco would have won the Super Bowl. They, in the second half of the Super Bowl, ran the ball with Frank Gore, and we could not stop him. They got down to the 5-yard line and ran on first down and threw 3 consecutive plays. Any other offensive coordinator would have ran the ball 4 straight times. outside of Greg Roman, and there was nothing we could do to stop it. But thank God that they had Greg Roman, and then we decided, hey, this guy's going to be our offensive coordinator. I'm a genius. I'm sorry. What was the question?
The question was, no, I don't see it. I think it was from Nightmare Kilo. Oh, do you guys think this pressure the media is putting on Harbaugh could be a good thing? I think he's too prideful and stubborn for it to be a good thing. Because at some point you have to take a look at self and say, how much of the blame should I carry? Should I shoulder? Did he do that in his presser yesterday? No, he didn't. What did he do? He looked at the players and said, this is their fault that we lost the game. So even though the media is going to apply some pressure, I don't think it's when you have that type of personality and you have that person that's just like, it's them, not me. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference.
Yeah, but he's a player's coach, right? The players, it's amazing to me how another thing on the other side, they say players love John Harbaugh. He's a player's coach. He's this, he's that. But don't realize when a lot of the players come back, they don't rock with John Harbaugh. Ed Reed does not rock with John Harbaugh. Ray Lewis, kind of iffy. A lot of these old players will come back to support the team, but it's not for John Harbaugh. Yeah. Because they don't like him. They didn't like him when he was coaching. And Ed Reed said it, like, we ain't got to be friends, but you got to respect me like I have to respect you. So, yeah. But I love that everybody's starting to see it. Not to say which side is right and which side is wrong. I'm just loving the fact that everybody's seeing it's not just the players. You cannot change coordinators. You cannot change players, still have these same problems, and then still blame the people on the field and not the guy who's running the team.
Another super chat. Thank you, Cold Rain 34, Leo, for the $2 donation. Did you see that hit Lamar took by Ed Oliver?
That's why he was cramping. That's why he was cramping.
Because of the O-line.
Crappy O-line.
You're just, yeah. The one that says it's a brick front that Lamar has. RG wants to know, so Hendo, do you blame Harbaugh or?
I blame Harbaugh because, for one, as the head coach, this is your team. I don't care who your defensive coordinator is. This is your team. When you see in the fourth quarter, this team is coming back and the defenses that you are deploying aren't working, you're supposed to go over to your defensive coordinator and say, hey, change it up. You're not stopping a soul. Do something different. But more importantly, John Harbaugh is the one who hired him. While there were more experienced and advanced defensive coordinators out there, he decided to go with this homeboy. That's what he wanted to do. So I blame Harbaugh for picking the staff that he picked. Just like in the Super Bowl year, we had to fire his homeboy at offensive coordinator and bring in somebody else to lead us to a Super Bowl because his buddy network doesn't work. He doesn't want to hire the best people. Me, if I have the best quarterback in the game, I have supposedly the top defense or defensive players in the league. I have the top 1 or 2 running backs in this league and a collection of wide receivers that can get it done. I want to bring in the best assistant coaches that's going to get the best out of my players. Screw my buddies. And all my friends will tell you, my mother will tell you, I will fire my mother on the spot if she's not doing what she's supposed to do. But yet and still, we keep seeing this reoccurring thing of John Harbaugh and his buddies. His sister hired Todd Monken. He didn't even interview him. What kind of nonsense is that? I don't care how good Todd Monken is. How do you hire somebody without interviewing them? Because somebody in your family told you to hire them. And Zach Orr, yes, he was a player. He came up in the system. Cool. Groom him to be a head coach or a defensive coordinator somewhere else, but let him do it at a lower rank. Don't let him learn on the job because we are in a Super Bowl window right now. And while we're in the Super Bowl window, we're playing with defensive coordinator. We're playing with the offensive line. We're playing with the head coach and still expected to win a Super Bowl when we're playing so many games. You play stupid games and you will win a stupid prize.
Every time. There was something else I wanted to say. I think RG said, get Lamar a good defense like Mahomes and Hurt, and we'll win a Super Bowl. We already paid our defense multi-millions of dollars. They're already supposed to be a good defense.
¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se llama? What? Oh, wait a minute. So what were they in 2023 when they had the number 1 defense across the board? He had a defense like that. It's just that they don't get turnovers.
Right.
And
They
our head coach decides to run his running backs 6 to 12 times in a playoff game.
In postseason. Yeah, that's crazy. I also think that we need to have an upgraded at O-line. That would be a start. So RG, I mean, I hear you about getting a good defense, but we've paid a lot of money on that defense for that defense. And they're supposed to be good. No, they're supposed to be great.
Great. But the defense gets a pass, yet and still. And we're going to see all of these things happen, and we're going to get to the season end and get to the postseason, then get to the draft, and everybody's going to say, "Hey, we need more defenders. We need some more defenders. We got to be able to defend."
Yeah, exactly. Free Wi-Fi. We talked about that earlier. He was out there 77. He was just out there looking completely fused. You guys saw it. It went viral on, social media about Falele. Y'all think they're sitting Falele? No, they're not. Because to do that would be to say, John Harbaugh, you were wrong. Hey there, Golden State. To do that would be to say, John Harbaugh, you were completely wrong. You've been saying all of this time, well, if Ben Cleveland earned the starting role, he'd have it. And, if he played, if we saw what we needed to see out of him consistently, he would be the starter. Well, you get what you get with Falele. So that's it.
Golden State.
We do have a few more. Oh,
I'm sorry. Golden State. Favorite team. Golden State.
Orlando Magic.
Terrible years. Then they hired Mark Jackson. Went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did a lot better, but still fell short. Went out in the first round. Fired Mark Jackson after taking them from non-relativity to prominence. Fired him. The very next season, won 6-7 games, won a championship. But yet and still, we're in year 18. Won a Super Bowl in 2012. We're in 2025, still talking about we don't have him.
Yeah, we have a super chat coming before Edwin, but we'll get to Edwin's now since it's here. Edwin with a $5 donation. Thank you very much for being here. Todd Monken was interviewed 3 times at the round table by DaCosta, Harbs, and Bisciotti. Get them facts straight. I don't know because I wasn't at the table, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he was interviewed or not, but
appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it anyway. And I just, yeah, my only thought is we're still not getting it done. We're just not. I mean, as a team, I don't want to say it's this or it's that. It's just, it's everything right now. And it starts with our head coach. And we missed one super chat from the anti-narrative.
Did we? I don't see that. And it's not that I don't like Monken, but my thing is, with more qualified guys out there, I want an offensive coordinator that's going to stand up to his head coach and say, "Nah, bro, we ain't doing that. Like we're not going to throw a pass to our left tackle at the 2-yard line.
Oh, that makes
we're going to run Derrick Henry 5 times, and if we don't get it, we don't get it." This is what I need from my offensive coordinator. I don't need one of the yes men, just like I like my friends. If all my friends are like, "Hendo, everything you're doing is great," how am I going to improve? How am I going to get better at anything when people are always pumping my head and telling me that I'm something I'm not? So Todd Monken's cool, and I think he's transformed the passing game at the very least, because under Greg Roman, we didn't have these concepts. He's done a great job, but I just think that there are other guys out there that could get more out of Lamar, and the way that I see it, we need to score more points because this defense ain't worth a goddamn.
Okay, we're going to get to this one, and then we are going to say good night. The anti-narrative, thank you for the $5 donation. What do y'all think about Harb's press conference and him constantly saying we instead of me and taking some accountability? Great question. We talked about it a little bit earlier, and the lack of accountability is alarming. And it just really shows that nothing's going to change in terms of how Harbaugh is and how he runs this team. Now the question becomes the anti-narrative. How do we overcome that? How do we win a Super Bowl this year with John Harbaugh as our head coach? To me, that's the question. But he has no accountability. He never really has. It is frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we've come to expect from him. We've come to expect when something goes wrong and those press conferences run, he says the same things. And then when he gets a little pushback, he gets angry and upset and is crass and is condescending. Like he knows more than everybody else. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. He never has taken accountability saying, I need to do better as a head coach. As a leader of men, put this on me because I didn't prepare them the correct way. I didn't lead them the right way. I didn't make the correct adjustments. I didn't bring in the right people to run this star-studded defense.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that. He's going to put it on everybody else. But the one thing that's going to happen is, and we've said this so many times, John Harbaugh's greatest asset is self-preservation. Yeah. When the seat's starting to get a little warm, his tushy's starting to heat up a little bit, he does his best coaching jobs. And then that gets people right back in his pocket like, oh, he's not as bad as we thought he was. We're starting to win games again. But then when they matter the most and we get into the playoffs, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I could give a darn about being regular season champs, being preseason champs. I don't care about any of those things. And for all the people that want to tell me, well, we could be the Cleveland Browns. We could be the New England Patriots right now. We could. Or we could be the Kansas City Chiefs and have won 3 Super Bowls by now. But we haven't. Yeah. We haven't even been to a Super Bowl with this man. And it's not all his fault. I'm not putting all the blame on him. But he is the leader. And he's been the leader before Lamar got here.
And I think that's, hey there, world class. I see you. And you got to come in here starting trouble. I blame Oweh for this. Stop it. Well, if you blame Oweh, you need to blame the other members of the defense who did not want to show up, especially in that fourth quarter. So he was in good company. Hey, Ben E. Jets, thanks for being here. You. Listen, even opposing fans know how bad 77 is. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Facts.
It's terrible.
Issue. But, you know, it's other and that's why I like talking to people from other fan bases because they have unbiased opinions. And when they say some of the same things that we're saying, maybe some of it is true.
There might be some truth to it.
Maybe some of these things, there may be a little tinge of truth to it. And if we start boycotting and stop buying the merchandise and showing up for the games, then Bisciotti's going to take notice. Because Bisciotti, the reason that you haven't heard from him is because he only cares about selling tickets and making money. And that he's doing. We win 10 or 12 games per year. We get hyped up. We buy the merchandise. We go to the games. And he's fine. Okay, we didn't win a Super Bowl this year, but guess what? I made a profit. And that's all that matters to him. And as long as John Harbaugh is winning him some games and getting him a profit, things aren't going to change.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time tonight, family. Listen, make sure that you hit the like button for us, subscribe if you're new, and come back on either Friday or Saturday night. We'll make sure to, advertise it earlier, put post notifications out earlier, but we will have, yes, we will. We will have none other than Quincy Carrier joining us to preview the Browns game for Sunday. Listen, it's going to be a tough one. Sunday's going to be tough. And ravensflock, we are going to get it together really quickly, or it's just, I don't want to start the year, hey, Ty, I don't want to start the year 0-2 like we did last year. So come through on either Friday or Saturday. Most likely it's going to be Friday evening around 8 p.m. But yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for showing up. Listen, there's still 206 people in here.
Wow. Thank you. Listen,
we appreciate all the love. We appreciate how both of our channels are growing and how y'all rock with us. Even though sometimes, I can get a little my takes can be a little outlandish. Listen, I'm very self-aware of myself. Like I know, but I speak the truth and I speak from the heart and I speak from my perspective. I speak from how I see things, and I'll never tell any of you guys that you're wrong. If you're a Harbaugh supporter, cool. I'm not going to say that you're wrong for doing that. You believe in that head coach. I don't. I've seen him waste away teams long enough. I've seen him do things to undermine us because he has a doghouse and he's almost as petty as I am, instead of looking for things or ways to make this team better and to win. You take some of your better players and set them on the bench. Keaton Mitchell. All right, I understand you're a special teams coach. Special teams is a priority to you, but Keaton Mitchell is a pivotal part and a change of pace back that we could have used. But you say, how we going to get him touches? He said in the press conference, how are we supposed to get him touches? Well, you have an offensive coordinator, and you have a plan, and you have packages, and you use those packages to determine who goes into a game. And that's how you keep Mitchell touches. But yet and still, we need the special teams help. How much special teams help do you need? We released Malik Ham to bring in another wide receiver. We don't need another wide receiver. Or do they need another special teams guy? Stop it. Stop it. I understand special teams is supposed to be your strength, but they have not been good for the last 4 years. Please.
Yeah. So, mercy. It's a lot. It's a lot. It takes a lot to be a Ravens fan. I'll tell you that. It takes some serious strength,
but I love
resilience.
I love my team to death.
Yeah, it does. It does. It says a lot. Says a lot. So thank you all, family, for being here. Hey, Tora, thank you for joining. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Listen, we will see you all very soon. Keep your heads up. I know most of us are still mad, right? From what we saw on Sunday, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Yeah, this wide receiver pickup today, I don't know. He said it offended me. Look, I got mad about it. Trenton Simpson, I think there's a disconnect. That's what I think it is. I don't know what the disconnect is, but I don't.
He's about to win his contract up. He's going to be disconnected from his team because Teddy Buchanan outsnapped him. You let a rookie come in here and get more snaps than you. That's the problem.
Yeah. Edwin, I don't think anybody is trying to erase what John Harbaugh has done, and I don't think that was spoken tonight, at least not by myself or Hendo. But to say that someone's time has expired does not, in and of itself, negate the good that someone has brought to the table. Thanks. And that's not the focus here, at least for me. I'll speak for myself. That's not the focus. The focus is, where are we today? And what are we doing moving forward? I don't live in the past. I can't bring anything back from the past. I'm just saying that's me as a person. I focus on what I have right now, and that's this very moment here. And to say that John Harbaugh hasn't done anything for this team or erase it, I think that's incorrect. But for me, I just want to be able to pick up the pieces, move on, because we have such a great talent at quarterback and a really good team if we can figure it all out and put it together. So
facts. I'm not trying to erase anything that the man has done. He brought Joe Flacco a Super Bowl. He brought the city of Baltimore a Super Bowl. Yeah. Mad respect for that. But how long do we hold on to that respect? How long do we give him credit for a Super Bowl that was in 2012? I have a granddaughter now. She wasn't born in 2012.
Yeah.
Jasmine was 2012. Jasmine was in her teens. What are we saying here? Then also, it's not about a lack of respect. It's about coaches' narratives sometimes get stale. Bill Belichick may be the greatest head coach of all time, but his words got stale. They didn't work anymore. Mike Tomlin, you can see in Pittsburgh, his word is starting to get stale, and he's a good head coach. He's a great head coach. It happens. There are just times you need a new voice in that locker room, because even the players, after a certain time, no matter how good you are, stop listening to you. Yeah. Patrick Queen said it himself when he was here. He's starting to say it now in Pittsburgh, but he's like, when do we stop going through the same things over and over again and do something different? Yeah. When are we going to do this? When your own players are saying this out loud to the media, something's wrong. Like she said, there is a disconnect. And it's not to say he's a bad head coach, but it's just we're not going where we need to go. If this were any other organization, a la the Eagles, who had a Super Bowl head-winning coach, and they kicked him out 3 years later, not 13, 3 years later, and went back and won a Super Bowl. We sometimes act like John Harbaugh is the only guy that can come in here and help us win a Super Bowl. We can bring any coach to come in here and fail in the playoffs. So respect to what he's done, but we're living in the here and now, because in any other sport, he'd have been gone by now. With any other franchise, he would have been fired with the talent, not just losing, with the talent that he has had. He would have been gone by now. But we're going to get out of here.
We are.
We keep saying that, and we keep giving you.
We keep saying that, and you guys bring up good points, and we just have to talk on it. We speak on it, but we appreciate you all for being here. We will see you all very soon. Take care, family.
Hey, listen, we'll be back. Make sure you catch Quincy Carey. Good dude. A lot of y'all know him from AFC North Talk.
Yeah.
But we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Make sure to come back. It's good to have debates, and
Yeah.
we do it respectfully. We can always disagree, but as long as we do it respectfully, everybody can get their point across and nobody leaves here upset. So we'll see y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
I'm looking at Coach Harbaugh, and he has to continue to emphasize finishing. And that's something that comes from the head coach. And this just cannot, I mean, they're too talented of a team. This is their Super Bowl window. They have an opportunity to do some special things. And when I see them falling short like this, it's just an undisciplined team. They get comfortable, and they just need that head coach to continue to put that pressure on them and say, guys, you can never get comfortable. I don't care if you have a 15-point lead. You got to continue to finish. And I think that comes from the head coach. It's a mindset, okay? Whether you're up 15 points or not, you can never relax. You can never just say, coach, okay, we're good. It's only 4 minutes left. You're playing against Josh Allen. You're playing against a team that's super explosive. They got an unbelievable quarterback. They always believe that he can get it done, coach.
You talk about discipline, you talk about doing things right, and they didn't do it when it counted.